Next point in the stereochemistry that we have to study is the cyclohexane. Next point is the 6-membered ring with sp2 carbon. 6-membered rings with sp2 carbon. sp2 carbon. 6-membered ring with sp2 carbon. Generally, in some last lecture we saw the 6-membered rings. That is simply cyclohexane molecule. So all these 6 carbons of this cyclohexane are sp3 hybridized. All these are sp3 hybridized. But if one of them contain sp2 carbon, suppose that this contain sp2 carbon, this cyclohexanone system. So cyclohexanone system is most extensively studied, cyclohexanone, and this is cyclohexane. So there are some conformational changes, some stabilization effects. So all these effects that we have to study in these 6-membered rings with sp2 carbon. Here the most extensively studied example is a cyclohexanone. So cyclohexanone is most extensively studied example in which one of the carbon is sp2 hybridized and other carbons are sp3 hybridized, in comparison with the cyclohexane where all the carbons are sp3 hybridized. Okay, so in this we know that cyclohexane, it also the most stable form is a chair conformation. Okay, it always exists in chair conformations than the boat conformation. Here it also exists in chair conformation. So which chair conformations are there? See the chair conformations. So this chair conformation is there where this carbonyl group situated in this way, or either it may be in the flipping position. After flipping of ring, we obtain another structure. After ring flipping, where this carbonyl group is here. Okay, so these are 2 chair forms in which the cyclohexanone or the 6-membered ring with sp2 carbon is existing. So chair conformations, 2 chair conformations are there which are providing the stable structure. So it present 99% in these chair forms. It present 99% in these chair forms and 1% in some another form. What is that form? That form is a flexible form. It is present in a flexible form. So flexible form is what? It is the flexible form where the structure in which this carbonyl group is there and 6 carbons are arranged in this way, twisted form or flexible form. One of the form is here, another this form. Okay, so at present is these 4 forms, out of which this one, due to symmetry, this one is more stable as compared to the latter form, less stable due to the symmetry present here, that is more stable. But here in these 2 cases, both the structures are having stability and it is present in the 99% form. 99% in the chair form and 1% in the flexible form. Now there are some conformational aspects which we have to discuss here. So conformational aspects, what changes are there while adding the sp2 carbon to this ring system? Conformational aspects. So the angle, if you observe, the important aspect is here. If you observe the angle, the carbon C, CO and C, this angle, so C, CO, C angle, here it is sp2 hybridized carbon, this carbonyl carbon is a sp2 hybrid. So we know that if geometry is sp2 hybridized, geometry of the sp2 hybridized is a trigonal, and that geometry contains the bond angle of 120 degree. 120 degree. But if you really observe here 120 degree, if you really observe that, then we see that here the carbonyl group, the bond angle CCOC is in actual 160 degree. 116 degree as the bond angle. So there is the difference between the bond angle, actual bond angle and the observed bond angle. This is because due to this there is a ring flattening there. Ring flattening there due to the presence of this sp2 carbon, and due to this ring flattening, two types of strains are developed, the torsional strain, and here the angle changes, so angle strain is there, angle strain is there. So angle strain develop, torsional strain develop here in these cases. So angle strain, and due to these angle strain and torsional strain, the two types of strains are there in comparison with the cyclohexane. In cyclohexane, all carbons are sp3 hybridized, so no the torsional strain, no angle strain is there, and due to these two strain or the combined effect of the torsional strain and angle strain, the stability of this cyclohexanone decreases in comparison with the cyclohexane. In comparison with the cyclohexane, stability of cyclohexanone decreases because of combined effect of angle strain and torsional strain. So these two strains are there, due to which the stability decreases. Now if we see the two types of stabilities are there. The lowering of thermodynamic stability, Now it is shown by example here how the lowering of thermodynamic stability. If you see the cyclohexanone, if converted into cyanohydride, when cyclohexane is converted to cyanohydride by the HCl, then K is 70 times faster and equilibrium is shifted towards cyanohydride. Why? Because angle strain decreases here, torsional strain decreases, because sp2 carbon is converted to sp3 carbon. So in comparison, if we observe the open chain compound, N-hexyl di-N-hexyl ketone, if we observe this compound, and when this compound treated with HCl, we get cyanohydride. This is normal reaction, but here angle strain decreases. That's why this reaction is more favored as compared to this reaction which containing open chain compound, because there is no strain here, no angle strain, no torsional strain. So in normal reaction, cyanohydride formation takes place, and this reaction is set up with normal rate. But here in this case, this angle strain is there, and due to addition of HCl, this angle strain suddenly decreases, and due to decrease in angle strain, this reaction goes in a faster way. So the K is equal to 70 times faster in comparison with di-N-hexyl ketone. Di-N-hexyl ketone, this K is 70 times faster. So this reaction occurs 70 times faster in comparison with this normal reaction because of angle strain. So it proves that there is a torsional strain, there is an angle strain in this structure. So its stability is less as compared to the cyclohexane. So this is the thermodynamic stability. See, the kinetic stability is also lower here. So lowering of kinetic stability is given by this example. Lowering of kinetic stability. Lowering of kinetic stability. So in the lowering of kinetic stability, see the cyclohexane when treated with the reducing agent NaBH4. So after addition of reducing agent NaBH4, we know that this is converted to cyclohexanol. Cyclohexanol is converted to cyclohexanol. So when it is converted into cyclohexanol, then ultimately OH or maybe the equatorial substituent is there. So the after addition of NaBH4, after reduction of this, we converted this into OH. But what happened here? Here also sp2 carbon is converted to sp3 carbon. So angle strain decreases, and in comparison with this, when this normal N-hexyl di-N-hexyl ketone when treated with NaBH4, then it is also converted to OH. So this group reduced. This group ketone group reduces to alcoholic group. So here alcoholic group reduction of this group into alcoholic group takes place. So here this reaction occurs with normal rate, but here due to angle strain this reaction occurs in a faster rate than this one. So the K is about 355 times faster. 355 times faster as compared to the normal di-N-hexyl ketone. So these factors indicate that there is a presence of angle strain and presence of torsional strain in the cyclohexanol structure, but it is present in more stable form, that is chair form, in 99%, and flexible forms also there when the ring conversion takes place. The second factor is the ring conversion. When one ring converted into another form, another ring, by flipping. When we flip one ring, then it is converted into another ring. By flipping this ring, the flipping is more easier because less the sp3 sp2 conversion than the sp3 conversion. sp3 sp2 conversion is there. So sp3 sp2 conversion is more easier than the sp3 conversion. So ring inversion is faster than the cyclohexane as compared to the cyclohexane and cyclohexanol ring system. Ring conversion is a faster here, and due to these two strains, angle strain and torsional strain, the lowering of thermodynamic stability and also lowering of kinetic stability. So this is about the ring system, 6-member ring systems with sp2 carbons. We have exemplified here. Now in these this 6-member ring system with sp2 carbon, we have to see two types of effect, that is 2 alkyl ketone effect and 3 alkyl ketone effect. 2 alkyl ketone effect and 3 alkyl ketone effect. Okay, let's see here. First, 2 alkyl ketone effect. 2 alkyl ketone effect here. I have put here this carbonyl group. This carbonyl group is here. The position number 2 here, the hydrogen, equatorial hydrogen. Suppose this one is equatorial hydrogen, equatorial. So partial eclipsing of these two hydrogens is there. Partial eclipsing of these two hydrogens is there. But if instead of that, one of the hydrogen is replaced by alkyl group. If we replace it by a bulky alkyl group, suppose that ethyl, methyl, propyl, N-butyl, isobutyl. So when this hydrogen is replaced by alkyl group, then it is observed that if one of the hydrogen is replaced, suppose that position number 2, if we replace this hydrogen by alkyl group R, suppose that R is any alkyl group. So due to presence of this bulky group, there is an interaction between carbonyl group and R group. So it destabilizes interaction between carbonyl and R group at position number 2 destabilizes the E conformer. E conformer is here. So destabilizes E conformer, and due to which the stability of axial conformer increases in comparison with the axial conformer increases in comparison with this equatorial conformer. So E conformer destabilizes the E conformers, and this is known as 2-alkyl ketone effect. This is known as 2-alkyl ketone effect, in which axial substituent group with the conformers with R group in the axial position is stable than the R group in the equatorial position. So E conformer is less stable in comparison with the A conformer, axial conformer. So this is due to 2-alkyl ketone effect. Okay. So see again, 2-alkyl ketone effect when the carbonyl group is here, 6-membered ring with sp2 carbon, in which position number 2 it contains hydrogen in equatorial position, 6 position number which contain hydrogen in equatorial position. When these two hydrogens are partially eclipsed, there is interaction between them. But out of these two hydrogen, when if we replace one hydrogen by alkyl group, then there is an interaction between this carbonyl and this alkyl group. There is interaction, and due to this interaction, one-to interaction, it destabilizes the E conformer. There is destabilization of E conformer, and due to which this R group in the axial position, this is more stable structure as compared to this E conformer. This type of effect in which E conformer has been destabilized, that effect is known as 2-alkyl ketone effect. 2-alkyl ketone effect. Okay. See the next 3-alkyl ketone effect. Suppose that if we replace this R group by one factor Me, if methyl group is there, R is equal to methyl. Methyl is not sufficiently bulky, or it is not much bulkier to play major role here. So methyl, then alkyl ketone effect value, if we see the 2-alkyl ketone effect value, then it is observed that it is very near to 0 kilojoule per mole when R is equal to ethyl group. When we replace the R is equal to ethyl group, then the value of 2-alkyl ketone effect near about 2.9 kilojoule per mole. If we replace R is equal to tertiary butyl group, so bulkiness we are increasing every time. So bulkiness when increases, then the value tertiary butyl is more bulkier isopropyl group is there, that is 7.1 kilojoule per mole. But the tertiary butyl group is more bulkier, so the conformer, there is no possibility of this conformer to be in the chair form. So it present in the predominantly present in the twist boat form. Predominantly present in twist boat form. So this is about the 2-alkyl ketone effect. 2-alkyl ketone effect. Let's see the 3-alkyl ketone effect here.